In previous video, we have discussed about what is the meaning of power electronics. It is a branch of electrical and electronics engineering which deals with the conversion and control of electrical energy. We have seen the example of control and we have seen the example of conversion. Control means what? Control means if you consider a fan regulator, as you vary the, if you want to vary the speed of fan, no, you can use that fan regulator that comes under controlling operation. Conversion means if you consider inverter in your home applications, no, that will convert DC to AC, that comes under conversion operation. And also in your daily life application and also in many of the equipments they will use these power electronics equipments which performs control and conversion operation. And also we have seen what is the semiconductor, what are the different types are there, N type and P type. Next we have seen application of power electronics. Application of power electronics means uninterrupted power supply, power control in resistance welding, power conversion, speed control of the motor. Next we have seen like a solid state power compensator, high voltage application, power supply for communication system and all. For all these applications, they will use this is semiconductor. Next we have seen advantage and disadvantage of power electronic system. Advantage in the sense that we have seen it will perform fast dynamic operation, high efficiency of conversion, compact size and lightweight, increased operating lifetime and reduced maintenance. These are the advantages here. And also it will use some of the digital circuit section. It will use solid state devices for its operation. So these are the advantages. If you go with a disadvantage, it produces a harmonics for its operation. And also these equipments are costly. These are the few disadvantages, but advantage is more compared to the disadvantage. So because of this, in many of the application they will use these power electronics. Next we'll go with the block diagram of power electronic system. So you have power source, power controller or converters, loads, sensing and feedback circuit, control unit, reference setting and commands. Fine. If you consider boiler temperature, in boiler temperature, no, in order to maintain the temperature of boiler, if boiler temperature is increasing more, in that condition, what you do? If you want to decrease that boiler temperature or if you want to keep that boiler temperature according to your reference value, this control unit will decide whether that boiler temperature is more than that particular threshold value or it is less. It will come to know about this from this sensing and feedback circuit. According to this one, this control unit control the operation of power controller, then it will maintain the temperature of the boiler. This is the one of the application of this power controller section. Next we have seen some of the university questions. After this, in this class we will discuss about power devices. What are the power devices we have? There are mainly three type of devices: diodes, thyristors, transistors. These are the power devices. So in this diodes, no, there are three categories are there: general purpose diode, high speed diode, Schottky diode. Next we have the thyristor. There are different type of thyristors are there: SCR, GTO, RCT, SITH, GATT, LASR, MCT, TRIAC. We'll see all these operation in detail in next concept. In transistor, no, we have BJT, MOSFET, IGBT, SITH. Already you have studied the property of all these transistors. Fine. And also in your power electronic application you are using these component as a switch. you are using these component as a on and off switch. Fine. Next we'll go with the power diodes. Next we'll go with the power diode. Power diode means you have anode terminal, cathode terminal, and you have the voltage across this diode. This is the symbol of power diode. Power diode in the sense that it has more current and voltage rating compared with a normal diode. In next section now we'll see the structure of this power diode. In this power diode now you can observe anode that will make at a P plus region, and you have cathode at N plus region. So what is the difference between normal P and P plus? P plus means it is highly doped. Doping concentration is 10 raised to 19 per centimeter cube. There, here they have written doping concentration is 10 raised to 19 per centimeter cube. And also in this N plus substrate now doping concentration is 10 raised to 19 per centimeter cube. Next we have N minus drift region. Here also doping concentration is 10 raised to 14 per centimeter cube. These are the structure of power diodes. Here now how this power diode works. If you connect anode to positive supply and if you connect cathode to negative supply, then what happens? This positive supply of the anode, it will attract the electron from this N region. You already know that in this N region, electrons are the majority charge carriers. These electrons are attracted toward anode. As these electrons are attracted toward anode, these electrons move toward this N minus drift region. Similarly, when this cathode becomes negative connection, it also attracts holes from this P plus region. So because of this type of forward connections now, in this N minus drift region, you can have more number of electrons and hole pairs that are available. So because of this, conductivity of this diode get increases because of this mobile charges. So because of this, there will be a drop of resistance in this diode. So this concept is known as conductivity modulation. Next we'll go with the IV characteristic of these diodes. In this IV characteristics, no, you have VAK versus IAK. VAK means anode to cathode voltage versus anode to cathode current. Initially, as you increase voltage across anode to cathode voltage, after 1 volt, then only this current start to increase. After 1 volt. Before this 1 volt, your SCR, your diode will be in off state. Why after 1 volt it start to conduct? Because of the conductivity modulations take place at 1 volt only. Then only this diode start to conduct. Here you can see that anode current increases linearly with voltage. Next, if you connect voltage across this diode in a reverse bias, reverse direction, then reverse breakdown will take place. If you connect reverse voltage across this diode, in that condition this diode will not get conducts up to what? Up to breakdown voltage. As soon as voltage across this diode reaches to breakdown voltage, then what happens? Diode will be damaged, then diode start to conduct rapidly. This is the VI characteristics of power diode. Next we will go with the switching characteristic of the diode. In the switching characteristic, you can observe that diode current is not increasing suddenly. It will take some time duration. So here you can observe that voltage is increasing, means voltage need to increase up to 1 volt. After that only diode current start to conduct with a maximum value. So because of this, you will not get a diode current immediately maximum. This delay time you can consider this one as a T1 and T2. You can consider this as the charging time. So whenever this time is reached, then only it start to conduct with a maximum voltage. Then if you want to turn it off, immediately this diode will not get turns off. So the total turn off time is nothing but it is the sum of T3 plus T4 plus T5. Here no T4 and T5, they will call this one as a TRR, reverse recovery time. So reverse recovery time means what? Excess carry. Here they have written during T4 and T5. Excess carriers are removed from the diode and reverse voltage is built up. Excess carrier in the sense that in this n- drift region. Here you can observe in this n- drift region, more number of electrons and holes that are accumulated because of this conductivity of this diode get increased. But if you want to make this diode off, no, then n- drift region should be free from these mobile charges. So you can call this one as excess carrier need to be removed. It is called as a reverse recovery time. You can call this one as a TRR. Next, there are two type of diodes are there. There are three types of diodes are there. We have seen. First type is what? General purpose diode. These diodes have high reverse recovery time of 25 microseconds. These have high reverse recovery time of 25 microsecond. Reverse recovery time means what? It is the time required to make this diode off. To make this diode off from its on state, how much time you required? You required 25 microseconds. Hence these diodes are used in low speed application. Low speed application in the sense that what? It is used in a rectifiers, converters. It is used in rectifiers and converters. They can operate up to 1 gigahertz, 1 kilohertz. This much of speed it will operate. The rating is from 1 amps per 50 volt, 1000 amps per 500 volts. These are the ratings here. 1 amps per 50 volt, 1000 amps per 500 volts. This is the general purpose diode. Next we'll come across a fast recovery diode. These diodes have a reverse recovery time of 5 microseconds. For general purpose diode, how much you have? 25 microseconds. For fast recovery diode, you have 5 microseconds. It represents that fast recovery diode is of high speed compared to the general purpose diode. Hence, these diodes are used in high speed application. These are used in high speed applications such as choppers and inverters. Why chopper and inverter? You can consider this is of high speed. Obviously, inverter in the sense that what it do during emergency application, it need to operate immediately. Means whenever power goes without any disturbance for your operation, that inverter need to get switch on. Means immediately it need to start to work without any delay. So because of this type of a fast application expect fast recovery diodes. The diodes have rating from 1 amps per 50 volt to 100 amps per 3 kilovolt. This is the fast recovery diode. Next type of diode is what? Schottky diode. Schottky diode. In this Schottky diode, PN junction is eliminated. Then how it is made up of? In this Schottky diode, you don't have any PN junction. Here you can see in Schottky diode you have the metal. Metal is present above the semiconductor. In between metal and semiconductor you have the junction. Fine. Metal is connected to anode. Semiconductor is connected to cathode. Fine. Here PN junction is absent. Here you have just metal and semiconductor. This is the setup of Schottky diode. So here we will see what they have written. In Schottky diode, PN junction is eliminated. A thin film of metal is placed directly on the semiconductor. Normally, what type of metal they will use? They will use aluminum is deposited on N semiconductor. The metal is anode and semiconductor is cathode. Metal is anode and semiconductor is cathode. Since there is no p-n junction and storage time is absent, here you don't have any p-n junction and so storage time is also not present. Hence turn off time is very small. Hence immediately it will get turns off. Hence Schottky diode have high switching frequency. It has a high switching frequency. Why? Because it don't have any storage time at all. It has high switching frequency. The drift layer is absent. Hence on-state losses is very low. But the thing is that here it has a very high reverse leakage current. Because no, you don't have any junctions, no, because of this large reverse leakage current will flow. The breakdown voltage is also very less, that is of 100 volt, because you don't have any junction at all. So immediately breakdown will take place for 100 volts. So these are used in low voltage converting operation. Means here no, you will leave this one in free feedback diode as well as freewheeling diode. We'll see what is that freewheeling diode and feedback diode in coming concepts. Next in this table they have listed what are the applications. First one is general purpose, next one is high speed, next one is Schottky diode. General purpose voltage is what? 4 kilowatts per 3.5 kiloamps. High speed is what? 2 kilovolts per 1 kiloamps. Schottky is nothing but 50 volts per 50 amps. These are the ratings. Maximum frequency, what general purpose is of 2 kilohertz, high speed is of 12 kilohertz, Schottky is of 20 kilohertz. Next on state drop will be 1.1 to 2 volt for general purpose. For high speed you have 1 to 1.5. For Schottky you have 0.5 to 1 volt. These are the specification of these three diodes: general purpose, high speed, Schottky diodes. Next we'll go with the thyristor families. What are the categories you have? These are 8 type of power devices in thyristor. So what are these 8 types? First one is what? Silicon control rectifier. Next one is gate turn off thyristor, reverse conducting thyristor, static induction thyristor, gate resisted turn off thyristor, light activated silicon control rectifier, MOS control thyristor, triac. These are total 8 types of power devices. There are total 8 types. First we will go with the SCR. First type is SCR. In SCR now what you have? You have anode, cathode and a gate terminal. Fine. Here you have anode, cathode and gate terminal, and it is made up of PN type material. It is made up of PN type material. So this is the operation of this SCR. So actually here if you look at this SCR, no, it also looks similar to diode, but thing is that here it has a gate terminal. Fine. But what is the role of gate terminal? If you want to make this SCR on, you have to apply gate voltage. Then we will come across one question: if you don't apply any gate voltage, whether this SCR turns on or not? Yes, it will get turns on, but we require more voltage to make this SCR turn on. We'll see this characteristic in next graph. So let us consider that first case we will not apply any of the gate voltage. Then what happens? You have to increase VAK to the maximum value. So here you have applied VAK. How much? Up to breakover voltage, VBO they have written. You have increased VAK up to breakover voltage. Whenever VAK reaches to VBO, then only this SCR turns on, even though if you don't apply any of the gate voltage. Here no, up to this one you have some leakage current. Whenever this VAK reaches to VBO, then SCR get turns on, then current start to increase, PC. All this dotted line represents what? These are the turning on of the SCR. So this is the switching region. So next SCR turns on at a lower VAK value. At a lower VAK value, SCR get turns off when gate drive is applied. This dotted line represents the switching region. Next, this forward current through SCR depending on load and VAK is very small. And if you want to make your SCR turn on early before reaching VBO, means you have to apply gate voltage. Here now you have applied gate voltage. Because of applying of the gate voltage, it will get turns on here only instead of reaching up to VBO value. You no need to wait up to VBO. If you apply gate voltage, no, here only it will get turns on. Here only it will get turns on. The dotted line represents what? Turning on. So this is the operation when you have connected SCR in a forward biased condition. What happens if you connect SCR in reverse bias condition? It works in a third quadrant because VAK will be negative. Then up to VBR will get some leakage current. Whenever this VAK reaches to reverse breakdown voltage VBR, then SCR will be damaged. Then maximum current start to flow. SCR breaks down here, then maximum current start to flow. This is the operation of SCR. We have some of the advantages of this SCR. Many of the power electronics applications they will use SCR. And also here merits means for this one a very small amount of gate voltage is required. Very small amount of gate drive is required to make this SCR turn on. SCR with a high voltage and current rating are available. You can able to handle maximum voltage and maximum current using this SCR setup. And also on-state losses of this SCR is also very less. And demerits means what? Gate has control over the SCR only during turn on. If you want to make this SCR turn off, you can't able to make SCR turn off using gate terminal. Only during turn on you can use gate. During turn off you can't use this gate terminal. So here they have written gate has no control once SCR get turns on. Then how you can make this SCR off? If you want to make SCR off, you have to use external circuit setup. You can call this one as a commutation circuit. You have to connect your SCR in a reverse biasing fashion so that you can make your SCR off. Here they have written external circuit are required to turn off the SCR. Next, operating frequency are very less. And also here switching on and switching time will be more. So because of this, operating frequency is very low. So here they have written snubber circuit are required for dV by dt protection. Means if you have sudden variation of voltage with respect to time, no? In that condition, if you want to protect, you require some snubber circuit. Next, you can have application of SCR. SCR are the best suitable for control rectifier. Next, AC voltage regulator and lighting and heating application you will use this. DC motor drives, larger power applies and electronic circuit breaks, they will use this. Next we'll come across gate turn off thyristor. What is this gate turn off thyristor? If you look at this symbol, you can see that this is also similar to what? This is also similar to your SCR. But here now for your gate terminal you can observe, for gate terminal you have bidirectional arrow mark. It represents that gate has control over this setup, control over this GTO during turn on as well as during turn off. So because of this, gate is shown with a 2 arrow mark. Means gate has control over this GTO during turn on as well as during turn off. This is a symbol of GTO. So what they have written, it is similar to SCR but can be turned off by the gate terminal. Thus gate has full control over the conduction of the thyristor. GTO do not require any commutation circuit for this operation. VI characteristic of this GTO you can observe. Next we'll come across static induction thyristor. Static induction thyristor means what? Here SITH can be turned off by applying a negative gate voltage. Thus gate has full control over the conduction of SCR. Gate has you can turn off by applying negative gate voltage. So gate has full control over the conduction of SITH. They do not require any external commutation circuit. Show the symbol of SITH. Here they have shown here. The characteristic of SITH is also similar to GTO, but GTO is used in low power application. Here they have written GTO is used in low power application. But here they can use this SITH for some of high power application also. Here you can observe this is the symbol of SI, static induction thyristor. Here gate has control during turn on and turn off, but it can be used for high power application, and negative voltage is required to make this SITH off. Next MCT, that is nothing but MOS controlled thyristor, metal oxide semiconductor controlled thyristor, and this is the symbol of this MCT. It represents what? If you apply negative voltage to the gate, it will make this MCT turn on. If you apply positive voltage to this one, this MCT gate turns off. Here they have written, you can observe. MCT can be turned on by negative voltage, you can see negative voltage to the gate terminal. It can be turned off by positive voltage. If you apply positive voltage to the gate, you can turn it off. MCT has low power rating than GTO and SITH. It has low power rating. So next you can have a table. In this table we have all seen, we can list all these components operation, their voltage rating, current rating, operating frequency, how it can be turned on and turned off. Next we will come across LASCR. What is that LASCR? Light activated SCR. Light activated SCR means what? The symbol of this LASCR, you can observe symbol of this LASCR. It is also similar to SCR, but the gate, whatever the gate you have in this LASCR, this gate is photosensitive material. Whenever light fall on this gate, this SCR gate turns on. This LASCR gate turns on. So here we will see how they can use this. LASCR can be turned on by light signal. The gate is photosensitive material. It is made up of photosensitive material. SCR turns on when light falls on it. It's just like other SCR. Whenever light fall on this one, it will get turns on. LASCR provides isolation between gate and driver circuit. Normally LASCR are used in high voltage DC. Next we will come across RCT, that is nothing but reverse conducting thyristor. RCT has an SCR with anti-parallel diodes. Here you can observe it has anti-parallel. It has a SCR. For this SCR you have connected diode in anti-parallel fashion. It has a high current capability in forward direction because you have used a SCR in forward bias, but less capacity in reverse direction, because in reverse direction diode is conducting. RCT are particularly suitable for inductive loads. Next we will come across GATT, gate assisted turn off thyristor. GATT are particularly suitable for high speed switching and medium power application. They require forced turn off. Next we'll come across a triac. Triac means what? Triode. Tri means what? A triode for alternative current. Here now in triac you can observe, in this diagram you can observe, here you have anti-parallel SCR. Here one SCR is in direction, in another SCR is in reverse direction. You have anti-parallel SCR. This setup, this anti-parallel setup can be shown with this symbol. Here also only one gate terminal is there. These two gates are short connected, so they have done only one gate terminal. This is the anti-parallel SCR you have. You have main terminal MT1 and main terminal MT2. So we'll see what they have explained. Triac can be considered as an anti-parallel SCR. Triac conducts in both the direction. You have in both the direction anti-parallel SCRs. It can have a single gate terminal because the two SCR gate terminals are short connected. It has only one common gate terminal. Show the symbol of this triac. So because of this operation, you can observe that in first quadrant it work like SCR, and also in third quadrant also it was like another SCR. In first quadrant this operation is as same as that of SCR. In third quadrant also this operation is also as same as that of SCR, because you have the anti-parallel SCR. So then where this triac are used? Because you are controlling both positive cycle and negative cycle of your AC signal. If you are having AC signal like this, from this triac you can control both this positive half cycle and negative half cycle. So triac are used for heat control, light control, motor control. Means you can design fan regulator using this triac also, because this motor AC voltage motor or light control and all these things you can use this. Triac are turned off by line commutation or by the AC supply. They cannot suitable for high inductive load. These are the applications of triac. Next you can have UJT. UJT means unipolar junction transistor. The main operation of UJT is used to trigger other circuit setup. It will generate a pulse of signals like this. These pulses are used to make SCR turn on. So here we will see what they have written. UJT is used as a triggering device for the thyristor. Show the symbol of this SCR. It is used as a triggering device. It is biased to operate as a relaxation oscillator for negative resistance. In next concept we will see remaining portion of this chapter, this module. Thank you.